Talk to Me really surprised me, and it could be one of the best hidden gems of the year. I don't like this trend of black people being in these paranormal and demonic movies because we don't mess with stuff like that. I didn't pay too much attention leading up to this movie, so I had no idea what I was really getting into. I saw A24 is releasing a new movie, and even though they're pretty hit or miss for me, they have a good reputation, and I love that they don't mind being different and taking chances. I saw the trailer for Talk to Me a few months ago, and I thought it looked pretty boring. Just another generic scary movie that's not really scary, and a bunch of idiots playing with ghosts. And while a lot of characters in this movie are indeed stupid, something about this film held my attention, and I actually ended up really liking this movie. I know it's crazy. The movie is about 90 minutes, but it was so many oh shit moments throughout this film. The beginning of the movie was incredible as we don't really know what's going on. One thing that I love, the opening scene was about 5 minutes and they did one long continuous shot with no cuts. I love when movies do that. We see this guy, he's walking through a party, he's looking for his brother, and it goes down. The acting in this movie was pretty good for the most part. I don't think I've seen most of these actors before. The only actor I knew was Miranda Otto because of Lord of the Rings. She plays a mom in this movie, and she was by far my most favorite character. It's like she was the only one that had sense. The star of the movie is Sophie Wilde, who plays Mia. She's a character that seems like an outcast, not too sure who she is. She seems like the type of person that would do whatever just to fit in. Her mom mysteriously passes away, and it pains her that she isn't a part of her life anymore. Complete dumbass, by the way. Like, she's one of the dumbest characters I've seen in a movie in a long time, and I'm not saying that like it's a penalty or a flaw against the movie, but she's an idiot. You have her friend Jade, played by Alexandra Jensen, and Daniel, played by Otis Danji, or Danji. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Sure, I butchered it. Daniel and Jade have been dating each other for 3 months, and it's a little awkward. You've got Daniel hasn't made a move on Jade yet, and Daniel and Mia seem to have feelings for each other, so we get a bit of a love triangle going. Remember Being Young? And we also get Jade's younger brother Riley, played by Joe Bird. So that's our main group of characters, and they go to this event where a bunch of teenagers get together, they play with this creepy ceramic hand, and they talk to ghosts. You shake hands with the thing, say talk to me, a ghost appears, and then you say, I'll let you in. That's usually how my conversation with women go. So the kids do that over and over again, and it seems like it gives you this feeling of a high or an adrenaline rush. If you stay in contact with a ghost for more than 90 seconds, then we have a problem. I mean, we've seen movies like this before. Kids playing with Ouija boards, kids messing with demonic books, wanting to speak to dead family members. Nothing new, but today it's hard to come up with a completely new idea. But what separates this movie is the pacing, the practical effects, and the general story. This movie is about 90 minutes and it's still a pretty slow burn. But the moments with the hand are genuinely creepy yet fascinating, even though logically, nothing in this movie makes sense. To an extent. Like, I was stupid when I was a teenager, but I wasn't that stupid. This movie plays a lot on mental health and psychology, which I wasn't expecting, but I loved. Is this all in the character's head? Is this really happening? I was sitting all the way at the top of the theater, and there was one scene near the end of the movie where everyone literally sat back in their chair and slapped their foreheads, because you start to see the route that the movie is going, and in the scene that I'm talking about, you know what's about to happen because you can feel it coming, but when it actually does happen, man, this movie had me and the couple beside me going through it. Like, we were stressed. When watching a horror movie from A24, you know at some point they're gonna go complete balls to the wall. Usually my issues with horror movies are they don't stick the landing. The entire movie could be good and then the ending is a complete mess. I love this ending so much. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the ending made me sink down in my chair. Like, damn. That's horrible. The way they link scenes that do callbacks were so cool. Some scenes in this movie were very hard to watch. Like, it was really graphic. One possession was brutal and you might turn your head if you're a bit squeamish. One person got messed up. It was two other ones that I'm not gonna spoil, but in one, a dog is involved. And another one involved feet, which almost made me throw up. So if you have a foot fetish, this is right up your alley. But this is a good, solid, fun story that turns from a horror movie to a psychological thriller. The performance from Mia was incredible, and you truly feel the emotion and connection that she has with her dead mother. Even though she was dumb as hell, I could sort of relate to her perspective. One of my parents died about 10 years ago, and around that time, I wanted nothing more than to have just one more talk. I found myself looking at old pictures, listening to old voicemails just so I can hear their voice. I wanted nothing more than one more conversation. But would I have gone that far? Hell no. But in that sense, I truly felt for her, and you know, she was tugging at the heartstrings a little bit. It's so many good moments that I want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil. This movie doesn't seem to have a lot of buzz, so I will hope that somebody would stumble across this video and then decide to see it later. It looks like the movie made $10 million in its first weekend, which is great since the film had a budget of $4.5 million. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a critic score of 94% and a fan rating of 83%. I've been debating between a 7 and an 8, but I'm gonna go with a 7. And don't attack me, for me on my scale, a 7 is labeled as good. I consider 8 as great. I wouldn't say this is a great film, but it's a really good film. Definitely go see this movie. I feel like this is going to be one of those ones that really picks up steam because of word of mouth. I've seen a lot of positive reviews on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. It's hard to talk about without spoilers, but it's a fun ride with a good story, good acting, brutal practical effects, and the ending that will have you stuck in your chair like, damn. I also gave Evil Dead Rise a 7, but I'm not sure which one I liked more. I really enjoyed both, and they both surprised me, but both of them were better than that bullshit, the Insidious, the Red Door crap. That movie stinks. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. We do a lot of movie reviews, but we talk about a bunch of different things on this channel. Pretty much things that I just find interesting. But what were your thoughts on this movie? Did this also catch you by surprise? Were you scared? Let me know in the comment section below. Love you guys. Tell someone you love them. Till next time. See you in the next life.